Oh. There, that's better. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariah and I talk about books and bookish things on my channel. If you're returning, thank you so much. I love seeing you all come back. Today I'm not here to talk about books or bookish things, really. I'm here to talk about life and some changes that are coming to the channel. And kind of about like being honest with yourself. And I think that that's a great way to, I think that's a solid entrance into this video. This is just Café du Monde coffee. It's half coffee bean, half chicory, which if you don't know, the chicory root can be roasted and ground up and it tastes a lot like kind of an earthier flavored coffee. Okay. Let's start with life and why I haven't been putting out videos the way that I should be. And the answer to that is life kind of crazy right now. I am in a 2-month-long training for work, and which requires me to be on camera with other people for 6 hours a day, starting at 8:30 in the morning and going until 3:30 in the afternoon. And while that should theoretically leave me a lot of time, I also have homework to do every night, which is an extra hour to 2 hours on top of that. And I need to sleep and like be a functioning human being somewhere in there. And since this training started, I have been increasingly more stressed out. I've been increasingly more stressed and increasingly more anxious. If you're new to the channel, you don't know, I have anxiety. I see a therapist about it. I do what I can to help limit my anxiety, but sometimes work anxiety is just work anxiety, and it's gotten to the point that I don't want to do the things I love to do anymore, and that includes things like reading, or crafting, or doing any things that really make me me. So I sit all day and then I just zone out, not really in front of the computer or anything. I just zone out, like completely. Like I might throw on something on the computer, but I'm only half watching it. And then I've been tried getting up earlier to see if that would help me be more productive. And it's just, before this training started, I worked nights. So I worked 2:30 in the afternoon to 10:30 at night. Or I would work 4/10s, meaning I worked 2:30 in the afternoon to 12:30 at night. And I would come home. And I was getting so much done because I had timed it before work to ease into my day. And that's just not happening. And something had to give, and that something was YouTube. I love creating content, but I was starting to feel like this was a second job because I was trying to keep up with the numbers I had read last year, and I was trying to like create content that was interesting as the bigger YouTubers and participating in readathons and doing this and doing that. And the whole point of me creating a new TBR game was to, 1, enjoy it, 2, to limit the amount of books that I was forcing myself to read, to open up my schedule so I could read other things than what I had picked out for my TBR that month, to help branch out. And honestly, it's just not happening. As much as I want it to, I boxed myself in with 2 read-alongs, a book club, and my TBR game, and a readathon, because I signed up for Medievalathon. It's just, and I wanted to do Valentines, which I'll leave the information for down in February, on top of my TBR game. And it's just, this isn't a second job. This was a passion project for me. And I feel like I've lost that passion somewhere along the way. I my husband has been talking about it for a while, and I also received a very insightful comment about this on my live about branching out a little bit and branching out to discuss things that I'm passionate about. And when I originally created Mariah's Nerdy Notes, it was 3 years ago, and I created how to manage your anxiety videos, and I created, I created books that I bought and like book hauls and things like that. But I also was talking about games that I was playing and things that I was doing, and somewhere along the way I hyper-focused on books. I wanted to be a booktuber. I still want to be a booktuber, but I'm not just a reader. Yes, does that mark a huge part of my life? Absolutely. I have been and will always be a voracious reader. I love reading. The reading content on this channel isn't changing at all. It's still going to be my TBR game and wrap-ups and talking about books that I'm excited to read or highlighting types of books that I want to read. But somewhere along the way, I've lost my passion projects, like the deep dives into genres that I was planning. And I just don't know what happened. I've been really unhappy with my content for a while now. I feel like my editing is sloppy. I feel like I'm trying to put this image of myself online of being this cool and collected and quirky and charming booktuber, and I'm an awkward potato. My entire life is filled with awkward potato. This morning, I'll give you an example. Walking into this room to film this video, I spilt my coffee on my socks. I am an awkward potato. This is what I look like 75% of the time. This is just my face, people. I like to get dressed up. I like to do my makeup, but I don't have time all the time because work sucks. And being an adult sucks. So, going forward, there are going to be a few changes to this channel. Things that are staying the same. Bookish content. It's always going to be books. Books are a huge part of my life. They're most of what I buy. It's books and games and food. It's literally my life. Yeah, pretty much. But, so books are always going to stay the same. There's always going to be bookish content. There's always going to be discussion about books, and my TBR game is staying, my read-alongs are staying, and my Nougats and Novels participation is staying. Those aren't negotiable for me. Those are staying. Will I be participating in readathons? Probably not. I think February will be the last readathon I do for a while unless I feel really compelled to do one. And the only reason I'm doing the one in February is because I already have the TBR written out, and that took a really long time. What is changing? To continue on with what's not changing, still not going to be vlogs, at all. I feel awkward doing them. I don't like taking you guys around my house. It's not that I don't love you. It's because I do. I love each and one of you very much. You have been subscribed to my channel. You mean a lot to me. But it's my house. And I kind of like the little bits I show you. That's kind of what I want to show you, you know? And also my husband has asked not to be on camera. So anything we're doing together doesn't get filmed. My vlogs are me sitting in this chair. Which works for some people. It feels weird. to me, like sitting multiple times throughout the week. Lives will continue to happen. One didn't happen this week, but I do want that as something I want to incorporate more. What is changing? Diversity of content. The name Mariah's Nerdy Notes wasn't meant to be like this cool like alliteration. It was literally, my name is Mariah, I'm a nerd, and these are what I'm thinking about, or this is what I'm doing. And that's what I meant when I created the name Mariah's Nerdy Notes. But I do so much more than read. I am a DM for Dungeons & Dragons now, and I will be talking about that journey because this is my first campaign that I'm DMing. It's going swimmingly. I'm also a player of D&D. I love the D&D universe. I love the lore. I love the beasts, except for the zombie beholder. That gave me nightmares for a little bit, but that's beside the point. I am a avid collector of enamel pins. I freaking love them. I love the way they shine. I love the way they look on my wall and on pin banners. I'm a cross stitcher and a crafter. Part of this room is a craft room for me because it needed to happen. I build Legos by the metric ton. I learn languages, and I am passionate about things like history and linguistics and how the complicated histories that backstories have, and poetry, and all of these things make up me. I am not just a reader. Is that a majority of my life? Yeah, I read a lot, but I also play games with my husband, and I play point and click adventures, and I love hidden object adventures so much, and I love mermaids, and I love all of these things. I've kind of pushed off to the side to make my reading more so that I could feel like I was at least competing with people on BookTube. That's not me. That's a fraction of me. With this channel, I'm going to be branching out. Bookish content is staying, like I've said like a bajillion times now, but as for the most part, you're going to start seeing more of me. And I don't mean more content or things like that. You're just going to start seeing the various things that make me me. You're going to see time lapses of me building Legos and game reviews and talking about how this one Crash Bandicoot or like the games that were nostalgic as children for that are being re-released now are way harder than I remember them being. That's a real problem. It's so hard and I don't understand why, and it's just... You're gonna see less edits. I edit out so many of the little quirky little things that I do to appear like I actually am professional and know what I'm doing with the camera. I don't have any idea. Zero idea of what I'm doing. I speak more clearly and more focused on a topic when I'm just talking about it and I don't have like, this is how I'm gonna do this thing. I don't say as much. I'm more passionate about what I'm saying. I want to talk about anime again. When I say Mariah's Nerdy Notes from now on, I want it to be about all the nerdy things that I love. All the things that make me a nerd and a geek. That's what I want to talk about. Now, I realize that I might lose some subscribers for this. It's okay. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate your subscription. I hope you'll reconsider, but what can you do? This channel is going to be my channel because my superpower, the thing that I bring to BookTube and to YouTube, isn't my content necessarily, it's me. So let me redo that intro for you. Hi, my name is Mariah and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I talk about books, bookish things, and everything nerdy. If you're returning, thank you so much, and I'm glad you stopped by. I really hope you guys will stick around for this journey with me and look forward to the first game review, which will be coming out later this week.